Hi, welcome to Conservatively Speaking on AM 830 WCRN. I'm Joe Mangiacotti. Join us from 6 to 8 o'clock every Saturday morning. We come your way on both AM 830 and WACE AM 730. A lot to talk about today. Of course, we'll talk about the unemployment numbers that came out yesterday. Fantastic numbers. And that's even calculating in some of the layoffs from the furlough, the government shutdown. Unemployment, man, hovering like at 4%. Remember when we were told that we had to accept 8, 9% as the new norm, and they were even into double digits during the last administration? The wall. Still the wall. Here we are, just less than a couple weeks away from the deadline for the wall, and you got Schumer talking out both sides of his face. How does the guy not hurt himself? There he is on video. He's talking just a very short time ago, and maybe a long time in politics, who knows, right? Talking about the wall and border security and illegals need to be sent back to where they came from, and there's a right way to enter the country. Man, he sounds an awful lot like Trump, doesn't he? But now, because Trump wants the same thing, therefore it's got to be racist and an evil thing. So he flips on it. Pelosi backed herself into a corner, right? She's saying absolutely no money for the wall. Where do you go from there? She's put it out there. How can you negotiate? That's not negotiating in good faith at all, is it? When you say absolutely won't accept this up front. I think it's the Democrats, in all fairness, that need to come to the table willing to give a little. Will the nuclear option be done? Why doesn't the president just do it? You know he's going to get a lawsuit, right? He knows there's going to be a lawsuit. So why not just do it? Declare the state of emergency, start building the wall, and take your chances in the courts. Why not? You know, this abortion issue, remember a couple of years ago in the 2016 campaign when President Trump in a debate with Hillary Clinton said that if we let her have her way, if we accepted what she wants and her party wants, that they'd be ripping the children, the child, the fetus, right out of the womb on the due date, day of delivery. It's happening now, right? New York just passed it. We got other states following suit. Nobody's talking about this. This isn't abortion. This is straight up murder at this point. Abortion in the first trimester, I understand. I don't like it. I accept it, though. I get that. Abortion up until the due date, up until the date of delivery. And now, did you hear the governor down there in New Jersey talking about the child being born and the doctor and the mother having a discussion whether they terminate the birth after the child's born? That's called murder, folks. New York did away with the stipulation that if you murdered a pregnant woman beyond her first trimester, that was a double homicide. They removed that, by the way. No longer the case. Hey, South Dakota, latest state to allow concealed carry without a permit. We'll talk about that. We also have a restaurant in California saying you come in wearing a mega hat, a red hat with Make America Great on it, you're not going to be served. Is the mega cap the new hood, or the KKK hood, rather, and the swastika? What say you on that? I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's disgusting when they compare the red mega hat to the swastika or the Democratic. By the way, let's not forget, the Democratic Party began the KKK. They don't want to teach you this stuff in the history. The Democrats were on the wrong side of civil rights, slavery, all of that. Wrong side of it. That's what history tells us. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I think it's unfair, and never mind calling President Trump a Hitler. Ignorance when you make a statement like that. So Pelosi backed herself in. Numbers are good. The abortion bill is I can't even begin to talk about how bad that is. All that coming up in hour one. Hour two, actually, of course, the first Saturday of the month means Senator Mike Moore joins us in studio for Politically Speaking. We'll hear about everything going up on Beacon Hill, what he's dealing with, your opportunity to find out, ask a state senator directly what's going on Beacon Hill. I want to ask him about this idea. Whose idea is this, right? $5 to drive into the city of Boston. Don't they already have enough trouble getting you to come to Boston to pay for that ridiculous parking? To pay those restaurant prices in Boston, to pay those ridiculous entertainment costs for tickets, whether it's a game or a show, and deal with that traffic? You have options like Metro West and Worcester and even Providence. It doesn't cost you anything to drive there. Parking's always better and it's usually cheaper. Whose brilliant idea is this? So we'll ask the senator. I'm going to ask the senator about this. I'd like to know a little bit about what he thinks about that. So those are just a few things up for discussion during Conservatively Speaking today from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, Politically Speaking, also on AM 830 and WACE AM 730. Follow us on our social media platforms at Your Right Talk. Follow us on the web at conservativelyspeaking.net or shortcut that at yourrighttalk.com. Also, 6:30, Out with Joe, Super Bowl weekend, right? Super Bowl weekend, rather. So Out with Joe is going to do some great factoids. How much, we're going to eat chicken wings and potato chips and a few interesting things about the factoids about the game and the players and the coaches. So tune in for Out with Joe at 6:30 and at 7:30, Handling Change. This week we hear from the Murray Law Office, Dan and Chris Murray. We're going to talk a little bit about trust when it comes to elder care planning, kind of playing off a couple of weeks ago when Dan Murray was talking about real estate trusts. So we'll continue that on Handling Change at 7:30. All right, I'm Joe Mangiacotti, and I'll see you on the radio.